When we think of Darragh Ennis, many of us picture the shark-minded quiz genius known to millions as the Menace on ITV's The Chase. With his calm composure, quick recall, and quiet determination, he has become a fan favorite in just a few short years. Viewers have admired the way he seems unshaken by the bright studio lights, the pressure of live television, and the challenge of facing contestants who are desperate to beat him. But behind that confident, unflappable exterior, there is a story many fans never expected. Doctors have recently revealed a secret health battle that Dara has been quietly facing. And perhaps most poignant of all has been the reaction of those closest to him. An emotional response that has reminded the world that even the strongest figures we see on television are still deeply human, vulnerable, reliant on the love and support of family and friends, and facing struggles far from the cameras. This revelation has not only left fans stunned, but it has also sparked an outpouring of compassion, with many drawing parallels to their own lives and battles. What makes this story so powerful is not just the illness itself, but the resilience, humility, and love that surround Dara during such a challenging time. Today, we take a closer look at Darragh Ennis's private journey, the touching response from those around him, and why his story resonates so deeply with viewers across the UK. To understand the emotional weight of this revelation, it helps to know more about Darragh himself. Long before he joined The Chase, Darragh was not a television star. He was and still is a scientist, working as a research entomologist at Oxford University. His days were once spent in quiet laboratories, studying insects, conducting experiments, and teaching students. By every measure, his career was one of intellect, curiosity, and dedication. His first appearance on The Chase was not as a chaser, but as a contestant back in 2017. In what became an infamous episode, he stunned viewers by putting in an incredible performance for his team, only to be let down when the others took minus offers, leaving him with little to play for in the final chase. Fans were outraged, flooding social media with messages of support for him. That was the first time audiences saw not just his intelligence, but also his grace under pressure and his quiet sense of fairness. It was those qualities that eventually earned him a place alongside the likes of Anne Hegarty, Sean Wallace, Mark Labette, Jenny Ryan, and Paul Sinha as one of the official chasers. But while the public saw the rise of the Menace, what they didn't see were the private struggles happening behind the scenes. Rumors about Darragh's health had been circulating quietly for some time. Observant fans noticed he occasionally appeared more fatigued than usual on screen, his voice sometimes softer, his movements slower. But true to his nature, Darragh never spoke publicly about it. Those close to him, however, knew that something wasn't quite right. He had been dealing with a condition that was not sudden, but one that developed gradually. An issue that required monitoring, care, and strength to manage. When doctors finally revealed the nature of his illness, it became clear that Dara had been carrying this private weight for far longer than anyone realized. The revelation shocked fans, not because of the diagnosis alone, but because it shattered the image of invulnerability many had projected onto him. For years, audiences had watched him face contestants with unshakable composure. To imagine that same man quietly battling a health challenge off-screen was a reminder that nobody, not even the most brilliant minds, are immune to life's hardships. Perhaps the most touching part of this story has been the reaction of those who love him most. Colleagues from The Chase, normally known for their banter and competitiveness, responded with heartfelt words. Sean Wallace described him as a man of dignity and strength. Anne Hegarty reminded fans that behind the tough persona of a chaser lies a colleague and a friend, someone who has always been supportive and kind. But it was the more emotional, personal reactions that truly resonated. Witnesses described those closest to Dara as visibly shaken when the news became public. Friends spoke of the heartbreak of watching a man so dedicated, so kind, endure such a battle. Their words revealed the deep bonds of affection and respect that Dara has built, not as a television personality, but as a human being. For fans, this emotional response was powerful. It reminded them that the chasers, so often portrayed as fierce and unbeatable, are not characters. They are people, and like all people, they face moments of fear, vulnerability, and need. As the news spread, fans of the chase took to social media in droves to share their support. Messages of love, encouragement, and prayer flooded in. Many viewers drew on their own experiences of illness, either personally or through loved ones, to express solidarity with Dara. What makes this outpouring so moving was the way it connected ordinary people with a man they had only ever seen on television. To many, he represented not just intelligence, but humility and kindness. Seeing him face such a battle reminded them of their own humanity and the importance of standing together in moments of difficulty. For Dara, this public support has been a quiet source of strength. Though he has always valued his privacy, those close to him have said he has been deeply touched by the compassion shown from people across the UK and beyond. Medical professionals have made it clear that Dara's condition is serious, but manageable with treatment and care. They emphasize that while the illness poses challenges, Dara's resilience and determination give him every reason to remain hopeful. Doctors pointed out that his strength of character, the same determination that sees him hold his nerve on the chase, is serving him well now. His willingness to follow treatment, to adapt where needed, and to remain positive has been crucial. This cautious optimism has reassured fans. While the revelation was shocking, it also reminded them that Dara is not giving up. On the contrary, he is facing his condition with the same quiet strength he shows in every other part of his life. What has made this story resonate so deeply is the reminder that even those who seem the most capable, the most composed, have moments of vulnerability. For years, Dara has been admired for his intelligence, his calmness, and his ability to outthink contestants under immense pressure. But now, fans are seeing another side of him. A man who relies on the love and support of those around him, who faces challenges not with arrogance, but with humility. It is this vulnerability, this honesty, that has made his story so moving. In seeing his struggle, fans are reminded that they too can find strength in difficult times, and that it is okay to lean on others for support. Celebrities, colleagues, and even contestants from past episodes have reached out. Some have shared memories of facing him on the chase, describing not only his intellect, but his kindness behind the scenes. Others have spoken of how he inspired them to pursue quizzing, or how his presence on the show brought them joy. The support has not just been about sympathy, it has been about gratitude. Gratitude for the way Dara has entertained, inspired, and encouraged people. Gratitude for the reminder that even in moments of difficulty, there is room for connection and compassion. As Dara continues his medical journey, doctors remain hopeful. The road ahead may not be easy, but with proper care, determination, and the love of those around him, there is every reason to be optimistic. For fans, the message is clear. Darragh Ennis is not facing this battle alone. His colleagues, his family, and millions of viewers stand with him. And perhaps, in this moment, the menace has revealed his greatest strength of all. Not just his intellect, but his humanity. This revelation is not simply a story about illness. It is a story about resilience, love, and the human spirit. Through Darragh Ennis's journey, we are reminded that behind every public figure lies a private world of struggles and triumphs. We are reminded that vulnerability is not weakness, but a testament to our humanity. And we are reminded that love, whether from family, friends, or even strangers, can carry us through the darkest times. As Dara continues his medical journey, doctors remain hopeful. The road ahead may not be easy, but with proper care, determination, and the love of those around him, there is every reason to be optimistic. For fans, the message is clear. Darragh Ennis is not facing this battle alone. His colleagues, his family, and millions of viewers stand with him. And perhaps in this moment, the menace has revealed his greatest strength of all, not just his intellect, but his humanity. This revelation is not simply a story about illness. It is a story about resilience, love, and the human spirit. Through Darragh Ennis's journey, we are reminded that behind every public figure lies a private world of struggles and triumphs. We are reminded that vulnerability is not weakness, but a testament to our humanity. And we are reminded that love, whether from family, friends, or even strangers, can carry us through the darkest times. As Dara continues his medical journey, doctors remain hopeful. The road ahead may not be easy, but with proper care, determination, and the love of those around him, there is every reason to be optimistic. For fans, the message is clear. Darragh Ennis is not facing this battle alone.